Chief Chris Kyle?
Yes, sir.
My name is Mads. We met in Fallujah. You saved my life.
They just need to balance.
I did?
Yes, sir. We were stuck in a house until you came in with 1st Marines. You were the one that carried me out.
All right, that was a clip from Warner Brothers' blockbuster new film, American Sniper, based on the life of the most lethal sniper in U.S. history, Chris Kyle. And I recently sat down with Chris's father, Wayne, to talk about the movie and, more importantly, his son's legacy. Wayne, nice to see you. I had the chance to speak with you on the phone. Thank you for being on the program, sir.
Well, thank you, Sean. I appreciate it.
You know, the first thing I said to you, I saw the movie American Sniper. I would urge everybody to see it. I knew the story of Chris ahead of time. I send my condolences, my thoughts. How many American soldiers' lives were saved because of your son? It's probably incalculable, right?
I think so, and that was one of the things that really bothered Chris, was that he would really like to know how many lives he saved rather than how many lives he took.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just, it's an unknowing number.
You know, it's an amazing, what I really liked about the movie is that it literally brings you into a situation. The movie opens up, and I won't give away the plot in any way, where your son, and this was a true story, there is a Muslim woman and there is a young child. The woman takes something out of her clothing, hands it to the son, and your son, who's way far away, has to determine whether or not that's a bomb that they're about to use on American soldiers. I won't tell the outcome of it, but that's a true story, isn't it?
Yes, sir. It sure is.
Yeah, and
yes.
You have grandkids. He had his own kids, right?
Yes, yes. He has a son and a daughter. He had both of them. He may have only had his son at that time.
Yeah. And that was the type of decision, that was what he was asked to do every day. When you would talk to him about the things that he did, how did you react as a dad, knowing the situation and the moral quandaries and dilemmas that he had to deal with? How would you react to that?
Well, things like that really didn't bother me because I knew Chris was doing a job, and he volunteered. That's one thing about our military today. It's all voluntary, and he volunteered. He wanted to do this, and I knew he was doing something that he loved to do.
Yeah.
And he would put his fellow warriors, you know, ahead of everything else and save their lives and not worry about the lives that he had to take.
Yeah. You know, you met with Clint Eastwood and Bradley Cooper before the making of this movie, and I got a chuckle. You actually told them if they dishonored your son, I'll let you say it in your own words.
Well, I told them, I looked both of them in the eye, and I said, if you do anything to dishonor my son, I'll unleash hell on you.
I came away being thankful and appreciative that there are people like your son in this world that protect our freedoms every day. What did you think about the movie?
Yeah. First of all, Mom and Dad are probably the worst critics in the world. But I think both Debbie and I feel that Bradley Cooper did an outstanding job. He put his heart and soul into it, and trying to learn Chris's mannerisms, his speaking. I think he spent about 4 months constantly studying, and you can't learn something in 4 months that it took Chris 38 years to perfect. And he had asked me ahead of time, you know, or I guess he said that he felt like the movie would be successful if Debbie and I could look at the screen and see Chris there. And I told him ahead of time, I said, Bradley, that's not going to happen, but that doesn't make you a failure. And I called him right after we saw the movie and told him how we felt about it and thanked him for what he had done. And there were several times of the way Chris, or that he would look, we could see Chris, you know, in his mannerisms and
That's
everything.
Amazing. You know,
And so we feel like that Bradley did an outstanding job.
you know, Wayne, I said this to you privately. I'll say it publicly. I can't imagine, you know, your son had more confirmed kills than any other, you know, person in our military in history. He is a true hero. He saved likely thousands and thousands of fellow soldiers' lives. I can't imagine the pain that you and your wife have gone through. He is a true inspiration to me, a real-life, modern-day American hero. The movie, for me, captured that about your son in every way, and I am so sorry for your loss.
Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that from both myself and my wife. And it's been a struggle. It's kind of bittersweet because we're happy and glad that people still are aware of Chris and see the man that he was and still is to us. But yet it hurts that, you know, there's always that constant reminder. We have reminders in our house, but when you turn TV on or you go out in public, there's always that reminder. And that pain will probably never go away. It's not, I had a gentleman tell me just a few days after Chris was killed, he said, "I'm here to tell you that you never get over it, you learn to live with it." And that's what we're struggling to do right now, is just trying to learn to live with it. We have another son in his family that, you know, we enjoy being with and take pride in them as well.
Wayne, I can see where your son Chris got his strength from. He got it from you and his mom. Thank you, sir, for being with us. And your son is a real tribute to what courage and heroism is. Thank you for being with us. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you, Sean. I appreciate you.
Thank you, sir.